This family is basically just throwing cash into a bonfire. Their financial choices are a disaster. And their moves, hell, even their vacations, are pure chaos. Miri's the only one who seems to have any idea of how to keep things on track. Meanwhile, Kody and the other three, they just sit there whining about how stressful it is to move and go on vacations with 18 kids in tow. What's with all the Miri hate? I'm not exactly defending anyone here, but I'm just trying to figure out what all the fuss is about. I'm catching up on past seasons, and yeah, she's not the easiest person to get along with. But honestly, after dealing with Kody for 30 years, who wouldn't be a little bitter? Christine, on the other hand, is way more irritating, although maybe it's just that she's more talkative, and that's why people liked her more before this season. Not like I know these people personally, but based on what I'm watching, that's my read. No, Miri doesn't own LuLaRoe, but she does sell it. And yes, that's the clothing business she's always bringing up with her bed and breakfast nonsense. I've always found it frustrating how Miri never speaks up. I've literally been yelling at my screen, wondering why she's staying so quiet in situations where I'd be losing my mind. But the more I watched, the more I realized, anything you say in this family is going to be used against you forever. I can't imagine living like that. Honestly, I can't even wrap my head around it. Miri drives me crazy because she's impossible to figure out. She has this way of talking in circles, never committing to a clear statement, then getting all defensive when people don't understand her. It's like she expects you to read her mind or something. At this point, I think it's all about the attention. She's so desperate for it that she'll stir up drama just to get people talking to her. Are we being punked here? I mean, I'm a few episodes behind, so I catch up through fan pages and online gossip. But at this point, I'm seriously starting to wonder if any of this is real. I've always been on Team Wives, agreeing with everyone that Robin is the puppet master, pulling all the strings behind the scenes. But sometimes I just can't wrap my head around the fact that Miri, Christine, and Janelle just sit there, time and time again, letting Robin take control. It's like they're trapped in some twisted version of the Stepford Wives. Seriously, they barely react. And don't even get me started on Janelle still calling Kody sweetheart or honey. What's happening there? Is TLC pulling some prank on us, or are the wives in on it? I can't for the life of me believe these women are letting this happen. Look, I'll admit there are plenty of things to love about the OG3, but Stepford is definitely not one of them, lol. If you watch this season, it's clear that the marriages are basically over. Robin's whole storyline revolves around Kody trying to reconnect with his family, but we all know it's just another round of manipulation. Sure, there's conflict, but it's the same tired drama we've seen before. Now, I'm not Mormon, but I grew up in a super evangelical environment, and I can't help but wonder if some of this is tied to their religious beliefs. That whole idea of submitting to each other and treating one another a certain way. On camera, it looks like there's no way these women should be tolerating any of this, but maybe it's because they've been taught to put up with it for the sake of their faith. Like challenging Kody's behavior could have serious consequences in their religion, not just here on Earth, but in eternity. And trust me, I get it. I've been bulldozed, manipulated, and taken advantage of by people in the church, all in the name of being submissive and loving others like Christ would. It wasn't until I walked away from that mindset that I realized how low my standards were when it came to how I allowed others to treat me, how easy it was to stay in toxic situations and just let things slide because that's all I'd ever known. It's hard to break free from that, to question everything you've been taught, and reconstruct your entire worldview. Now, I could be totally wrong here. I've only been following Sister Wives for a couple of years, so I don't know that much about their beliefs. Maybe I'm missing something. And yeah, Janelle and Kody were together for like 30 years, so I guess calling him sweetheart might just be habit by now. Hopefully that's a thing of the past. Which of Kody's adult children called him for Christmas? You know this narcissist isn't going to make the first move, he expects them to call him. So who do you think actually picked up the phone yesterday? Honestly, I hope none of them did. Not that it would matter to him, he's already said they're just perks to him. Remember how he threatened to punch his own kids in the face if they brought up certain topics? What kind of parent does that? Threaten their own biological children on TV?